Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and hello everyone. So my name is Dr. Ahmad Ashraf Abdul Halim. I'm currently serve as a senior lecturer at the Faculty of Electronic Engineering and Technology, University of Malaysia Perlis, UniMAP. I'm also research fellow at the Center of Excellence for Advanced Computing at Vancom and a committee members for the A3I Campus Asia program at UniMAP. First and foremost, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Prof. Chang and Puyong National University (PKNU) for providing me with this wonderful opportunity to deliver this lecture. I am hopefully that this initiative will further enhance the collaboration between our universities. Today, I will be presenting on the topic of optimized intelligent classifier for early breast cancer detection using ultra-wideband UWB transceiver, which is based on my PhD research. To give you a brief background, I embarked my PhD journey in December 2018. Officially, I think it can be started at 2019 because of December 2018 is final month of December. This period was particularly challenging due to the COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting movement control orders in Malaysia. Despite the restriction, which include traveling to different states to collect data, I preserved and successfully completed my Viva and graduated in 2023. I hope my experience and knowledge I share today will be inspire and assist you in your own academic journey. Thank you for your attention, and let's dive into the lecture. So we are in the presentation outline. So this is the list of the outline what we have for postgraduate presentations. So let we move into the research backgrounds. So for this section, I will provide an overview of the context and significance of my research. I will discuss the importance of early breast cancer detection, the role of technology in healthcare, and how innovation like UWB transceiver and artificial intelligence AI are advancing the field. This will set the stage for understanding why my research is essential and what's motivated its inception. So second, for the problem statement, here I will articulate the specific problems my research address. I will explain the limitation of current breast cancer detection methods like mammography, ultrasound, and MRI, emphasizing issues such as false positive, high cost, and accessibilities. I will introduce the gap in early detection that my research aims to fill, highlighting the needs for more accurate, affordable, and accessible solutions. So for number three, research objective, this section will outline the primary goals of my research. I will clearly state the objective I aim to achieve, such as developing an optimized intelligent classifier using UWB technology for early breast cancer detection. I will also explain how this objective align with the broader goals of improving early detection and reducing the mortality rates. So we move into the literature review. In this section, I will summarize the existing research related to breast cancer detection, UWB technology, and AI. I will discuss key studies that have informed my work, highlighting both and the advancement and the limitation of previous research. This review will provide a foundation for understanding how my work builds upon and differentiates from existing studies. Next, we move into research gap. I will discuss the specific gaps in the current literature that my research address. This could include the lack of integration between UWB technology and AI in breast cancer detection, or the need for more comprehensive dataset. By identifying these gaps, I will demonstrate the novelty and the importance of my research. Now we move into the methodology. I will detail the methods I use to conduct my research. This includes the design of my UWB-based detection system, the development of the intelligent classifier, and the process of data collection and analysis. I will also discuss any challenges I encountered and how I address them. Now we move into the result and discussion. Here I will present the findings of my research. I will share the performance of my UWB classifier, discussing the metrics such as accuracy, sensitivity, and specificity. I will compare this result with the existing detection methods, highlighting the improvement and potential impact of my works. Number 8, conclusion. I will summarize the key takeaways from my research, reiterating from how my work addressed the problem statements and they achieve the research objective. I will emphasize the potential of my UWB and AI-based system to improve early breast cancer detection, ultimately contributing to better patient outcomes. Uh, Next, research contributions. In this section, I will outline the contribution my research makes to the field. This could include the investment in UWB technology, the new insight into AI application in healthcare, or the development of the novel um, detection systems. Sorry for that. Next, number 10, for future recommendation. I will provide suggestions for future research based on my findings. This could include refining the detection system, expanding the datasets, and exploring other application it will be in AI healthcare. I will also discuss the potential collaboration or further studies that could build my work. Next, for the novelty, here I will highlight the unique aspect of my research. This could include the integration of UWB and AI for the development of a new classifier and the use of large diverse dataset. I will emphasize what sets of my research apart from the existing study. And the last one, publication. I will discuss the dissemination of my research finding. I will mention any publication that have resulted from my work, including the journal articles, conference, or presentation. I will also discuss any ongoing or future plans for this project. Okay, so for research background, according to Malaysia Breast Cancer Foundation, breast cancer is the most common form of cancer affecting women in Malaysia, which is number one cancer for Malaysian compared to colon, lung, and etc. About 1 in 19 women in this country are at risk, 34.1% for women and only 0.5% for men. Breast cancer remains a significant global health challenge, with its incidence rising steadily worldwide. The increasing trend is attributed to a combination of factors including the lifestyle changes, aging population, and improved detection methods. In developed countries, advanced screening program and heightened awareness contribute to earlier diagnosis, resulting in higher reported incident rates. Conversely, developing nations are witnessing a surge in cases due to urbanization, adoption of Western lifestyle, and limited access to health care. Notably, the mortality rate in many low and middle income countries remain high due to late stage diagnosis and inadequate treatment facilities. The statistic from National Cancer Institute of Malaysia regarding survival rates of breast cancer is up to 87% if it be found during stage 1, and it will be reduced as low as 23% on stage 4. That's why early breast cancer detection or early screening with the proper diagnosis and treatment could increase the breast cancer survival rates for the long term. So this is a current screening available in hospital for the ultrasound, also known as sonography, is a medical imaging modality that uses high frequency sound wave to obtain a real-time images of the internal structures of the body. Ultrasound is a low-cost and non-invasive procedure that is widely used for diagnostic purposes, including detecting for suspicious nodular formations. It has two primary functions: diagnosing internal body structures and monitoring pregnancies. That is common one. The frequency range common employed in the medical ultrasound is between 2 to 18 megahertz, which is a hundred of time above the human hearing range. For the mammogram, or we call it a mastography, is a diagnostic procedure that utilizes low-dose ionizing radiation in the form of X-rays to produce the radiographic images of the breast. This method can be used both as a screening tools and for diagnosing asymptotic or asymptotic individual. In the standard radiation dose typically used for 2-view mammogram is about 0.4 millisievert MSV or 30 peak kilovoltage or kVp, while conventional 2D mammography and captures image from the front and side after compressing the breast. 3D mammography, also known as a tomosynthesis, captures multiple views of the breast across the arc to generate a three-dimensional image. And then for MRI, is a medical imaging technique that utilize strong magnetic fields and radio wave to generate a detailed image of the organs and soft tissue of the human body with high accuracy and sensitivity, as we know, is compared to other imaging modalities. The MRI scanner consists of a large horizontal tube surrounded by a circular superconducting magnet into which the patient lies down and is moved through the front to back with the assistance of technician or radiographer. The procedure takes approximately around 30 to 45 minutes, and some patients may experience discomfort or claustrophobia due to the enclosed space. MRI use a strong magnetic field to align protons in the body, and the radio frequency current is pulsed through the body to disrupt the proton and force into the realignment with the magnetic field. So the energy signal from the patient body is detected by the scanner when the radio frequency is switched off, and these signals are used to create a visual image on the computer screen. But all of that screening, they have their own disadvantages. For the summary, ultrasound's resolution of the image is very limited, not preferable in detecting the tumors. Mammogram, when full compression, have an effect on ionizing radiation, not suitable for denser breath. And for MRI, it is expensive, not available in common clinic, and it have impact on claustrophobia or irrational fear on confined space. So the integration of a UWB technology with the AI offers several significant advantage over the traditional imaging. UWB provide high resolution imaging capabilities that can detect minute changes in tissue properties, facilitating the early detection of breast cancer. Unlike mammogram with use ionizing radiation, UWB is non-ionizing and poses no health risks, making it safer for repeated use. Additionally, UWB devices are typically more portable and less expensive than MRI machine, making them accessible for widespread screening, especially in a rural area. And I enhance the diagnosis accuracy of UWB by efficiently analyzing vast amount of data, identifying patterns, and reducing false positive and negative. This combination ensures quicker, more accurate, and cost-effective detection and diagnosis of breast cancer, ultimately improving patient outcomes and reducing the burden of healthcare systems for the future plans. Okay, now we move into the problem statement. So for the first one, single stage feature selection is a process where all the features in dataset are evaluated simultaneously, and a subset of the most relevant features is selected for the further analysis. However, there can be some problems with the single stage feature selections. According to Peng et al. 2021, the number of data features has grown with the emergence of mass data. However, the high dimensionality impacted the machine learning model's effectiveness, decreased the model accuracy, and made it challenging to understand the computation result. Single stage feature selection may miss important features that are not highly correlated with the outcome of variable but still provide useful information when combined with the other features. So the number two for these problems is uh, computationally intensive. Single stage feature selection can be computationally intensive when dealing with the larger data sets, as it requires evaluating with all features simultaneously. Feature interaction between them. Single stage feature selection does not consider interaction between the features, which can be important in some models. To address the problem for number one, multi-stage feature selection techniques such as sequential feature selection or recursive feature elimination can be used. This method evaluated the features in multiple stages, taking into account features interaction and reducing the risk of the overfitting. Additionally, regularization technique can be used to control model complexity and prevent overfitting. So now selection of features, irrelevant uh, or redundant features, it increase the miscalculation rate. Same features utilized and bias in the selection features. As mentioned in Sedigian et al. 2021, selection of features is a process of selecting subset of relevant features from a larger set of features to improve the performance of a models. So either for the irrelevant redundant features, including the irrelevant or redundant features in the model can increase the model complexity and negatively impact the model's performance. It can also increase the risk of overfitting, where the models fits the training data closely and does not generalize well to new data. Missing the important features, if features not included in the models, it can be lead to poor performance and inaccurate predictions. Bias in feature selection, the selection of features can be biased towards the certain features, leading to skewed representation of the data to and bias the predictions. To address this problem, it is important to carefully select features based on the domain knowledge and the statistical significance and performance metrics. Development of framework can be complex and challenging tasks, and there are several problems can arise during the development process. Lack of clarity in goals and objective. Without a clear understanding of the goals and objective of the framework, it can be difficult to develop a framework that meets the needs of users. Inadequate research and analysis. The development of a framework requires extensive research and analysis, the user and the existing solution. Without sufficient research and analysis, the framework may not adequately address the needs for the user. Complexity. Frameworks can become overly complex, which can make them difficult and used to maintain. A framework should be designed with simplicity in mind, focusing on the most essential features. The research in breast cancer detection strive to establish a comprehensive framework that accurately identifies cancer. The goal is a system that covers various parameters for early detection, enabling the effective screening, improving survival rates, and aiding other researchers in exploring the alternative. So next for the research objective, the first one is we want to propose a modified hierarchical statistical feature generators models for effective feature selection to improve the classification accuracy for early breast cancer existence, size, and location detections. Number two, to develop a complete early breast cancer detection framework using the proposed hybrid features and classifier. And the last one is to validate the proposed framework algorithm by comparing it with existing research. So this is three research objectives that we need to achieve in order to complete this research. Now we move into the literature review. The table 1 present a summary of research method used in the breast cancer detection, showcasing studies from 2009 to 2016, various dataset including the breast cancer phantoms and the Wisconsin breast cancer dataset (WBCD) that you can find it in the internet were employed with a focus on detecting the presence, size, and location of the tumors. Classifiers such as feed-forward backpropagation neural network (FFBPNN) and support vectors machine (SVM) were used, achieving high accuracy rates ranging from 91.3% to 100%. The research indicates a propagation of in the technique with later studies incorporating features extraction, dimension reduction, and cross-validation, leading to more precise and reliable detection methods. If you can see here, the past decades, there's a lot of research jump into this research to contribute and analyze the breast cancer using UWB. Okay, next for SEA up to 2019 up to 2020 2021, the researchers start to use more features and they still use single feature in the analysis, such as Bari, Khatun, Ghazali, Fakih, Samsudin et al. 2020 during 2020. Researchers also start to increase data sample to make the system more sustained and robust. So from here we can see they are start to increase the data set to make sure that it more sustained and robust. So here is the continuity of the research in the breast cancer detection using UWB from 2021 up to 2023. There's multiple features have been used, and then a few classifiers also been tested to found the tumors, and then that some of them they are doing Lu et al 2020 two detection on quadrant localization that focusing on where's the place of the tumor itself. So that is the continuity of this research under this research. Next, we discuss on the recent multi-stage feature selection method, various application. Because of for this project, we are focusing on the multi-stage feature selection, which is we call it MSFS. From Andrew et al 2016, and then Vijay Saveswari et al 2020, and the El Kauli et al 2023 for classifying the audiograms. The three different MSFS in different application. Like Andrew is focused on the fire predictions. Vijay Saveswari breast cancer size predictions. That focusing on size, but in our research we focus on the locations and the existence of the prediction include the size also. So Kauli is focused on the classifying audiograms. So if you can see here, most of them use different features in terms of the MSFS method. Like Andrew, we can see he used normalized feature extraction and then move into feature selection, then to data dimensional reduction to reduce the data size, and then feature fusion to fuse all the features. For Vijay Saveswari, data normalization, next move into the dimensional reduction plus FS, and feature extraction plus FS, and also feature fusion. And for the Al Kauli 2023, first they use data normalization, move into the feature extractions, classifier, and feature transformations. So this is the three researchers that use MSFS method in the various applications. So it's depend to the researchers what kind of the application that you want to focus, but MSFS is applicable to any application that you want to focus on. We move into the research gap. We discuss on table 2 comparison of statistical features and data sample use. So this is the tables for comparison of statistical features and data sample use. The research undertaken in this research project represent a continuation of previous work while also advancing the field by making a significant contribution to the development of the models. Ultimately, the finding of this study will contribute to development of model and practice in this field with potential application in diverse settings. So in this comparative analysis statistical feature analysis technique employed in breast cancer detection, several studies are examined. If you can see here, Al-Sheri et al. 2011 employed the feature extraction but lacked feature normalization, reduction, selection, or optimization process. So they are only covered for extraction, while for Reza et al. 2015 incorporated extraction and reduction without normalization or optimization. Bari et al. Focus on extraction and selection while omitting normalization, reduction, or optimization. For Vijaya Saveswari 2020 adopted a comprehensive approach incorporating normalization, extraction, reduction, and selection, but without optimization. So in contrast, the proposed work encompassed all aspects: normalization, extraction, reduction, selections, and optimizations, thereby harnessing the full potential of the datasets. This novel approach seeks to capitalize on a holistic range of statistical features analysis technique, forging a powerful synergy that holds promise as the optimal methodology for breast cancer detection. So for the proposed work, uh, compared to the previous studies, we try to fit all features, and we also increase the data set almost 40K to make sure that the the outcome of this project of this research is sustained and reliable. So now we discuss on research gap. For the research gap, is the first one is size of the data set used for the sample size. Uh, this is very important because for the better representation of the populations, improved model accuracies and scalabilities, and more robust validation process. The second one is selection of hybrid features. This one is for better understanding of data, improve the performance, and reduce the dimensionalities of the data. The third one is optimize feature selection. Sorry, optimize feature selection. The first one is for reduce overfitting. Second one to increase the interpretabilities, and the third one improve the computational efficiency. The fourth one, optimal intelligent classifier. First, to classifier able to perform on given data sets, better interpretation of results, improve the predict class labels. And the last one is a framework for the breast cancer detection. That's need to have to comprehensive framework that we come out with the latest framework, reproducibilities and ease of use. So this is the five research gap that can be highlighted on this research. So next we move to the methodology. For figure 1 shows the experimental setup for this breast cancer detection. This experimental process proposed the use of UWB patch antenna in the laboratory of Prof. Dr. Sabira Khatun at University of Malaysia Pahang. The proposed system architecture comprised both hardware and software modules. The hardware modules is comprised of two antenna and a transmitter and receiver along with the breast phantoms, the tumor, and a UWB transceiver that is integrated with the PC interface. On the other hand, the software module consists of data processing component and classifier. UWB antennas and transceiver and the breast phantoms make up the experimental setup for the data collecting procedure to collect dispersed forward signals, and a pair of antenna is positioned diagonally on the opposite side of the breast phantoms. The antenna is positioned as close as the breast phantoms as visible to prevent any signal loss during transmission. To regulate the transmit and receive of the UWB signals, antenna are connected to the UWB transceiver with a soft interface to the PC using the feeder connection, and the receiver receive UWB signal contain the signature of the detected breast cancer. The analog UWB signals is difficult to analyze and interpret through observation as it generates a large amount of data. Therefore, UWB analog signal is proposed to convert into digital values. The commercial UWB transceiver automatically converts analog signal to digital value. The developed tumor is suggested to place in more than 65 different locations. The heterogeneous breast phantom is positioned between the transmitter, if you can look at the figure, and the receiver. The UWB transceiver is we use P400 RCM. Is connected to the routers through an Ethernet cables. The transceiver generates UWB pulse, which are subsequently transmitted to the receiver via the transmitting signal. The receiver antenna captures the signals at the center's frequency of 4.3 GHz, and the data are routed through the router before being analyzed using the MATLAB software. So for the table 3 represent the dietary properties of breast phantoms and tumor used in this research. This is important to ensure that the imaging equipment is accurately detecting and represent the signals from human breast by mimicking true breast phantom. So for figure 2, it is a proposed breast phantoms development, a spherical glass with the 75 mm, 60 mm, and 1.9 mm in width, height, and thickness is used to as a breast phantom skin. For the suggested heterogeneous breast phantoms, a ratio of 100, 50, and 37, mixture of petroleum jelly, Vaseline, soy oil, and water. We use distilled water to wheat flour will be used as shown in the figure. The mixture is filled in the glass for experimental purposes. Tumors are suggested to develop in different size. If you can look at the figure 2b, the size is different from 2 mm, 3 mm, 4, 5, 6, and 7 mm. And using a ratio of 10, 5, and 5 mixtures of water and the wheat flour. The tumors the tumors are proposed to have different size ablation according to the cancer stage. The experimental configuration design for breast cancer detection encompass components such as the transmitter, receiver, breast phantoms, computer, and router. The experimental arrangement draws inspiration from the setup established by peer research, ensuring adherence to a consistent procedure for data collection. This approach aims to replicate the steps taken by those researchers in order to maintain the consistency in the data collection process. Especially for this methodology, we use the previous approach, same approach. Okay, so now we in the next methodology, the figure 3 is the block diagram experimental process framework. Figure 4 is for overall flowchart of the research. So the research comprise 5 main stage. If you can look in figure 3 in the right side of the block diagram, the research comprises 5 main stages: data acquisition, data pre-processing, data processing, validation, and result. The first stage is the data acquisition from the experimental setup. The breast phantom and different size of the tumor was first created using the principle of dielectric characteristic. Next, a general pair of UWB antenna are positions. UWB signals are transmitted and received by the antennas, and transmission of this signal is fed into the computers. The signal is in the time domain and converted into the frequency domain. Both domains are used for the following process in the data processing: preparing the data after gaining access to it. The data source is known as the data pre-processing. Early transformation, aggregations, and the data cleaning are often carried out by the developer or a scientist, data scientist. Subsequently, the data processing entails the preparation of data during the interactive data analysis and model building, which is typically conducted by the data scientist. This process involves modifying the perspective on a data set within the realm of the data processing. Data samples in the time and frequency domain undergo multi-stage feature selection process employing the binary particles from optimization. So this process includes the feature normalization, feature normalization for the data processing in the centers of the block diagram for figure 3, feature dimension reduction, feature extraction, feature selection, optimization, and feature fusion before being fed into the classifier. The fuse features is subsequently subjected to k-fold cross-validation during the validation stages to determine the model's performance, which include metrics such as accuracy, sensitivity, specificity, precision, recall, F1 measure, and G-mean. Finally, the breast cancer detection result consists of the existence, size, and location of the cancerous cells. Okay, so now we move into the result and discussions. I conducted a study, assessed the impact of the graph normalized features on the features dimension reduction, accuracy, and processing time using both non-normalized and a graph of normalized data set. We compared their performance in terms of accuracy and time. Binary normalization was employed for normalization, and raw numbers for sequence A were used for dimension reduction. The result revealed that the graph normalized data exhibit the nearly doubles the accuracy and was 3 times faster in the processing compared to the raw data. Moreover, the dimension reduction, the graph normalized data set achieved over 85% accuracy. a significant improvement over the raw dataset, 35% accuracy, and process is just 12 seconds, 100 times faster than the non-normalized dataset. The graph normalized dataset faster processing time was attributed to the feature dimension reduction technique, which is reduce the data volume, leading to a more efficient and quicker machine learning algorithm. So for the overall features dimension reduction can help. The first one, improve the accuracy by removing the irrelevant features. Second one, the faster training times by reducing the numbers of features. And the last one is reduce complexity with fewer features, models less complex to improve, by removing the noise and for the irrelevant features. So this is the significance of the graph of feature dimension reductions, accuracy, and time comparisons. Next, in the feature selection, based on the time and frequency domain, this is the graph accuracy versus by the difference comparison of the algorithms they use. Next, in the feature selections stages, the normalized reduction dataset will test using 7 different classifiers to select a better result for the data samples, either in the time domain or frequency domain. So for the blue one is a time domain, and the orange one, orange graph, is for the frequency domain. Here the result shows the most of the classifier represent frequency domain is showing better result compared to these domains. That is why the feature selection based on the time of frequency domain, we have choose frequency domain to continue the process of MSFS BPSO, or what we call it. This algorithm is multi-stage feature selection using BPSO. So that's the shortened one, we call it MSFS BPSO. Now for result discussion, table 3, tuning parameter in machine learning classifier like SVM, support vector machine, probabilistic neural network, PNN, and K nearest neighbor. KNN is vital for the achievement of optimal model performance. By adjusting the hyperparameters such as the kernel function in SVM, the number of neighbor in KNN, or the smoothing parameter in PNN, we can fine-tune the models better, fit the data, and improve the accuracy. Proper tuning ensures these classifiers generalize well to new data and deliver more accurate and reliable predictions. So this is the 3 different classifier that we use for final data set. So different tuning parameters for PNN. If you look in the table 3, we have spread factors, different spread factors. For the SVM, different kernel function, which is we use linear, Gaussian, and polynomial. And for KNN, we use different types of number of key, 3, 5, 7, and we try to compare to 3 different classifier. Now we move into the results of the research project, which is we covered into the 3 different part, which is existence, size, and location, like I mentioned previously. So from this, we try to have 4 different features. First, without using any features. Next is 10 hybrid features, 14 hybrid features, and 16 hybrid features. So from here we can see 14 hybrid features have been showing a very good result, which is up to 98.25%, compared to if we don't use any features, it can be less for 32.21%. So that is the increment of 66.04%. So this is a very good results in terms of the combination of the hybrid features itself. Next, this is a size results. So we have without features, and then 8 hybrid features, 10 hybrid features, and 12 hybrid features that we test. The best one. For without features is the accuracy just up to 28.33%, but for the most good result of the features is combination of 12 hybrid features, which is up to 66.86%, which is the increment of 68.53% compared to without features. We choose 12 hybrid features as the result for find the size of the tumors. Okay, so the last results for the location, we have select 16 hybrid features as the good results, which is up to 93.81% compared to 12 hybrid features and 10 hybrid features, and the lowest for without any features that have been used. The accuracy is just for 19.34%. So this is the increment about 64.47% in detecting the location of the tumors. So this combination of existence, size, and location result are showing a good increment if you use the hybrid features compared to without any features that been used in this result. Now we discuss on the table 4, which is comparison with the previous researchers that related to this specific on this project. So Vijay Saveswari, Konkeko 22, Bari 2020 et al 2020, and the proposed work. So if you can see here, the various data samples have been used for the different researchers, but we come out with the 39,000 of the data samples, which is quite far from the previous researchers. And the method we use is multi-stage feature selection, MSFS, with the BPSO as the optimizations, and the parameters we covers is existence, size, and locations, test and train set, careful cross validations, and the accuracy for all parameters we get around 96.3%. The increment compared to the there's an increment compared to the previous researchers. So now we move into the table 5, comparison with the similar data samples. Further analysis is conducted to validate and assess the performance of the proposed method with the similar data samples to previous work conducted by the Vijay Saveswari et al 2020. A similar data sample is used to analyze the proposed and the existing method where the authors shares the data samples for research purposes. The previous work used different methods in MM and MSFS pre-processing and different types of features, which can be a good comparison with the proposed work. Two analyses were carried out to evaluate the effectiveness of the dataset and suggested strategy. The first analysis data from the early study was fed into the suggested approach, while in the second analysis, the data from this research was fed into the current methods. The suggested method accuracy was compared to the current approach. So the result indicates the suggested MSFS BPSO approach and hybrid features outperform earlier studies regarding increase of accuracy rate. The suggested MSFS BPSO, if you can see there, there's a 68.54%, significantly higher than the prior method accuracy up of 91.98% for Vijay Saveswari. So this is represent accuracy improvement of the approximately 6.56% compared to the earlier study. So next, while data from this research is fed into the previous method, the previous work shows only 80.43% of the accuracy. So these findings suggest that the proposed work has been potential to be an efficient solution in this area of study and could be applied to enhance the precision of the related investigation in the future. So both of the result are showing the increment. Even we use data from Vijay Saveswari or we use the data from this research is fed to the previous method. So we can get up to 6.56% and 16.43%. So next, we move to the proposed of early breast cancer detection framework to detect existence size and location using the proposed optimized hybrid features and classifier. So from this framework, if you can see here, we start from raw data, 39,000, to split into the time domain, frequency domain. The data is the same, go through to the time domain and frequency domain. And then next we move into the data pre-processing. Number of normal features of normalization, Then features dimension reductions, feature selection based on the time or frequency domain, features extraction, and feature selection optimization. We use ANOVA or BPSO. And the last one is feature fusions. So this framework describe the technique used from the beginning of data acquisition until the data is combined to obtain the result than the previous research study. So this framework will assist other researchers in the exploring appropriate methods for the future studies. So now is the progressions of the breast cancer detecting by using UWB. In the early stage of research on the breast cancer detection using UWB, single feature analysis was primary method used from 2009. So this involved the use of a single UWB features such as feature extraction to detect the presence of breast cancer. And then, if you can see there, the move into the yellowish colors, improved to accuracy of breast cancer detection using UWB. Research then turned to double features analysis, which involved the use of two UWB features, such as feature extraction and feature reduction, to detect the presence and the breast cancer. So this approach showed the significant improvement in accuracy compared to the single features analysis, but it was still limited in its ability to accurately detect the breast cancer in all cases. Researcher then move onto multi-stage feature analysis. If you can see the orange color, the use of research move into the multi-stage feature analysis, which is involved the use of multiple UWB features, such as feature selection, feature extraction, feature reduction to detect the presence of the breast cancer. And now, in this research, we turn to optimization technique in feature selections using MSFS BPSO for further improve the accuracy of breast cancer detection using UWB. The technique involved the use of machine learning algorithm to optimize the selection of UWB features and improve the accuracy of breast cancer detection. One important factor in breast cancer detection research is the use of larger dataset samples. In recent years, there has been a growing trend towards using larger data samples in breast cancer detection research. This is because larger data samples provide more representative and accurate results, as well as more robust statistical analysis. For in conclusion, the progression of this research in breast cancer detection using UWB has moved from single features analysis to double features, multi-stage features, and now optimization technique. If you can look in the graph for 2022. Additionally, there has been increasing focus on the use of larger data samples in breast cancer detection research. This advancement has shown significant improvement in the accuracy of breast cancer detection and have opened up new avenue for research in this field. We come out this the conclusion part, the development of breast cancer detection using UWB transceiver, the successful application of an MSFS BPS algorithm model to detect the existence, size, and location of the tumors. The researcher finding found that the MSFS BPSO method has increased classification accuracy up to 96.3% and given good dependability even employing enormous data samples. MSFS BPSO has the potential to greatly improve breast cancer detection algorithms. Number four, the establishment of new knowledge and novel application of MSFS BPSO in the breast cancer detection highlight the importance of interdisciplinary research in solving real world problems. The last one, however, the further studies will be conducted and provides the MSFS BPSO algorithm in real life application soon. So overall of this research valuable in contribution of the field of the breast cancer detections. Now we move into the research contribution. To the best of our knowledge, investigation of machine learning technique design and machine learning validation methodologies and development of the machine learning based on the platform for classifying breast tumors existence size and location. The second one is a new hybrid features for early breast cancer detection is proposed for this project. Through we use this MSFS feature sections, which is we call it MSFS BBSO hybrid features. The third one is a new breast cancer detection framework for breast cancer detection is proposed by incorporating the optimum features and the optimum classifier from the supervised classifier. The first one, design and build and test the experimental UWB using MSFS BPSO technique. And the last one is we run with a larger data size, as larger size data samples due to the importance of handling large amount of data. So this is the contribution for this research. Next, for future recommendation, the first one is try to develop a different optimization technique can be fused with the statistical analysis. The single antenna can be improvised by introducing a fully automated detection antenna. The third one is the breast phantom and tumor can develop with a different type of shape. It can be an irregular shape because of the real shapes of the breast will be in irregular form. The fourth is research work can be tested using a real patient data samples. The real breast human data sample has more complex structures and irregular shapes. But right now, we just focusing on the breast phantoms. But we still in discussing with the hospitals, with the University Malaysia Pahang and University Malaysia Perlis, if we can go into the real patient data samples. The last one is a small scale portable device for breast cancer detection may be created, making it simple for everyone to use. As method as early breast cancer detection, this will lead to a new era and dimensions. So for the part of novelty, the novelty of this research lies in the development of a the first one is modified hybrid statistical feature generator models that effectively select features to improve the accuracy and classification for the early detection of breast cancer existence, size, and location. And the second one is the development of complete MSFS BPSO framework for early detection of breast cancer utilizing the proposed hybrid features and classifier. So this is the publication during the times of the research has been ongoing of this research previously. So as a main author, I have submitted to three different ISI Q2 papers, and one is for one journal scopus, and there's two co-author papers, and we also enter the conference and symposium during the PhD time. So this is the general review comment after few times of the reviewer check. The first one is the performance of the method of present is paper is high. It's difficult to find the contradiction in the present method. Review from diagnostic. And the second one is it can be said that the value research is high by finding the optimal through various trials and comparison can be processed. The third one is I have read the articles, a lot of interest as because it's fundamental part of my practice. Good job. So this is a general review comment that I capture from the comment after multiples of the corrections of the journals. So before I end this presentation, I would like to share the breast cancer awareness info. The awareness during my proposed defense in 2019, the statistic became worse from 1 in 20 to 1 in 19 women are at risk right now. So the difference is quite high. So please share to the beloved one, relative and friends about the importance to have a checkup at least 1 in 2 years. But for 45, age for 45 and above, you can do it yearly. So thank you all for your time and attention throughout this presentation. If you have any further questions or would like to discuss anything in more details, please feel free to reach me out to me. You can contact me via email at ashrafhalim@unimap.edu.my. So thank you. Terima kasih. Kamsahamnida. Bye.